Okay, thank you. Hopping on every of you is okay. Oh, John, you on way the backside, you on way in Himalaya.
Yes, that's true, Master.
Really fantastic. Himalaya is waiting for you.
Yes,
Today, a new place. And after that, did you see the a little the sunrise there?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. That you sent. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful
Yeah,
sunrise.
beautiful. Yeah, fantastic. That's one I wish all the people in the world, at least one time, they should come stay few days in Himalaya
Mm.
to take the wonderful energy, come back and work good thing for their life. And I think, John, you try to convince the Putin, Joe Biden, and every,
Yes.
including the leader from kangaroo country, come. Yeah. If they come
Yes,
here, we cook good food and good thing for them. I think when we come back, their mind will change.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. And then after Himalaya, then we bring them Lumini. Like I bring political leaders of Nepal Lumini, and they stop fighting. Yeah,
Mm. Mm.
this is a miracle. Yeah, we can explain. Let us
Yes,
hope. Yeah,
that
we
would
also
be.
hope you coming back. Okay, today we discuss again the question is very important about education. Generally, we talk education is not enough. We should distinguish right education and wrong education. For example, I have seen there's certain person, they spend their whole life. They got so many diploma, many certificates, but they live in miserable life. Why? And they come from very, very famous university.
Mm.
So I spend a lot of time to study. Why? Why? You know, because inside there's a wrong education, but very few people dare to say the truth. Mm. I think when we are talking, then we heard many of them, but very sorry. But we don't tell the name. We study so many years in different universities. Sorry, like cold. Why? Why we cannot? Even I have seen there's seen many my friends. They get very famous diploma, very hard. They are very intelligent, but up to now they don't have the home to stay, and few of them in the homeless. They speak many languages: French, English, Chinese, Spanish, but no home to stay, and nobody, very few people there to stay close to him because he think he the God, he the Buddha, he know everything. He don't have the happiness, but he opened the class teaching to be the happiness. He's a very poor, but he teach people how to become rich. This is
Mm.
a wrong education, isn't it? Mm. There's a man, they never know what is the loaf, and they open the class, they teach the loving kindness, the loaf. they they never know how to cook good food for people, but they open the class, a cooking class. Now you see, every I know there's a one man. He's from young up to now. He never know about the loaf, and then he become a monk only few years, and he open class how to get a happy loaf. Very funny, very
Mm.
funny. We see funny. This is a wrong education. Mm. Even many, I think, spiritual leaders, they are not happy. Uh, they are not happy, but they disappear the happiness. How can? If you are poor, how can we give money to people? Now understand this. So today, today we discussed about education. Let us try to convince the educator try to go right education. You see now, the people, they teach how to earn money, but they don't teach the secret how to live a happy life. And they just talking, competition, but they did not show the people how to live happy life. And then every country now, you see, they just say the power, but what is abstract power? They want to conquer many powerful country. They want to conquer another. Up to now, they cannot conquer. They spend billion dollars, but at last they could not convince people. But there's one they invented so many weapons, particular atomic bomb, but up to now not conquer. But I discover the Buddha gave us the TT weapon. This is strongest one. That's book released by UN. Okay, now I would like to request Professor John to share your idea about right education and wrong education.
Thank you, Master. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Good morning. I'm not in Himalayas. I'm in Vietnam. So, yeah.
Anyway,
yes. We often talk about this subject, and we've talked about that wrong education and right education. Education has changed a considerable amount from when I was a young fella going to school. Some things for the better, some things for the worse. What I've noticed since we've been talking about this discussion, I've been
can I see the light?
Bringing this discussion to my older students, and it has opened my eyes a little more. And when we first started to talk about it, education now, especially higher education, is more about money than education. You can get a degree in making coffee, well, you'll get work after that one, but there's a lot of fine arts degrees that and economics degrees that people can't transfer that over into the real world and getting employment as such and being able to make money. And hence, as we've got what Master was saying before, we get these experts without experience telling us how to make money, how to do things, how to find love. That's
when it's coming up, and with
that's quite prevalent as well, especially with the cryptocurrency. There seems to be the talking to the other guys around here, jump on board, follow this person, nope, staying well away from that. Then we talked about right education. We talked about ethics and morals and respect and all these sort of things, which is absolutely true, absolutely. And I was going to say, but it's not the correct word there. And how do we get that across? Is that the job of the educators to do that, or is that our job as family members? And so I think having learned a great deal from raising 3 children, they learned so much more by watching what Dad does than what Dad said. If Dad said something that was different to what his actions were, that his actions were followed, not his words. And as your children get older, you can see the reflection of what the impact you've had. You hope that you've be a bit more of a guiding light to your children, and as they're older, that's when you see. It surprised me. I thought we'd see it when they're younger, but you see it when they're older, how they walk in the world, and that to me has been a very big eye opener. So I would say, watch what we do, and how we do it, in front of our children and in front of others. We are educators just because we are involved with other people. We're talking here. The people are going to listen, and I think we've lost along the way the responsibility of what comes out of our mouth and what we're talking to other people. We forget that that's our responsibility, and not that I'm responsible for your feelings, but if I've contributed to your feelings and your education and your thinking and your ability, then there must be a place in that karmically. You're controlled. You can't, if you talk something to me, then you're not in control of what I'm doing, feeling, saying, acting. So somewhere along the line there that I've lost many hours of meditation, with that philosophy of different responsibilities. So that's good. We're 100% responsible for what we do, and teaching that. And then last week was very good. Very good. We talked about the old ways and new ways of education. I remember a couple of weeks ago, there was this, I meant to say, thank you very much. Forgotten your name at the moment. Mindukdo Pearson. We need some Buddha stuff and some scientific stuff. I think that stuck with me. That's really, we need that balance. That's been very, very, very good to think about that, and we need that balance, and we bring it. We can bring the science and logical thinking, and we can bring our I swear by the Mahamangala Sutta, we bring that into our everyday life, and that allows us to think better, which brings on to this week's part of the conversation is critical thinking. What I've noticed a lot in the schools lately is that critical thinking has started to go out the window, and it's just rote, just memory. You must learn this, and so that when the exam comes and the teacher comes, you can get your graduation certificate. And if you stray outside that little box of, no, this has to be answered this way, and there's a structure to that, which is wonderful. But being able to question that and getting the students to problem solve, that's not in the book. I will often ask questions that are not in the book. And it baffles me how many times it baffles people. If we haven't talked about it, hasn't got a structure, then it's like this scrabbling for understanding of, I don't understand the question. And how do we teach critical thinking? Well, that's a good question. Wow, we can, yes. This was apparent to me from yesterday. Getting people to be able to work out the answer themselves through critical thinking is a valuable tool for them. So then they can rely on their own judgment. Then they can rely on their own moralities. They can rely on their own ethics. They can rely on themselves. Then they can become happy and teach happiness, then they can become rich and teach how to become rich. Then they can learn to love and teach how to love, But if we don't have that ability to critical think and overcome obstacles, that life throws us obstacles, that it does. And so how do we teach critical thinking? Yes, I think critical thinking is part of the right education. Even getting off track here a little, my wife's gone back to university doing a degree again, and part of that is philosophy. And I noticed when I went to university 1 million years ago, philosophy was a little different how it is now. It's more, you have to say the same things as what's been put forward, but in your own words. It seems to have changed the ability to bring forward a new idea. Yes, with philosophy, new ideas need to be have the backup and have other ways of proving your thesis, your ideas. But that seems to have shortcutted that. They've made a shortcut to bypass that, and now you've just got to agree with the consensus, and that's a shame. That's a shame that it's come around that way. So I think we're struggling to find people who can critically think and evolve enough to solve their own problems, because we're all learning to think the same way. And that's I would like some feedback from people. How do we teach people critical thinking? I know, don't give them the answers is one thing, but we have to give them enough information to guide them where to find answers. And there's a lot of so if other people have some ideas, what I do in my classes is I go down a parallel track. I don't necessarily use the words out of the books. I don't necessarily use the exact ways, but I'll get the idea from that and operate from a we're heading towards the same destination, but on different tracks. So we can see a correlation between what's Teacher John trying to say and what is where we go from there. And asking questions. How? Well, how do we do that? Well, how did you get to that conclusion? Gets people thinking, I think. But I'm more than happy. I hope for some feedback. How can we help people think correctly? Which I think is where we what is right education and what is wrong education. Is how do we get people to think the best way, for themselves and for the others around, for us as human race. So yes, thank you, Master, and thank you all. We've got to have some Buddha stuff and some science stuff. So yes. Where are you, Master? You're in the Himalayas today?
You see? Yeah. Now today, I will set up the intra setup. How? Then the next week when the sunrise, you can watching. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. That is John. I think there's many power, but the nature of the powers is very strong. I think with the political leader, difficult to convince them. So we try to bring them here, and we cook food for them. We give a good drink, and they see the power, the wonderful of the nature, and they might change. I believe, if Putin and Joe Biden come here and Xi Jinping comes,
and lock them in the little room if they don't. If they don't talk.
I mean you. Well, you never believe you come to Himalaya, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you come and you will come again. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Thank you very much for contribution about right education and good education. It's very important. You see, we learn so many things in university, but when if we finish the graduation, they never teach us how to survive. They just throw us like on the river. We swim by ourselves. We learn so many things. So many things. We learn geography, technology, like this, history in the world. But even they don't know how to treat nicely with the family. Their parents take care of them very much. After they look down their parents, the country give them a lot of facility. After they make the country in difficulty, the society give them food, give them many conveniences, but they are in gratefulness. What is true education? This is wrong education. When they open the mouth, they talk bad to the people. Yeah, you see. Now I sometimes I feel very upset. Like Australia, like in America, US, million people, they sacrifice their life. They build a good road. They build a good house. They build a good, many conveniences. But when we are living there, we should be gratefulness. But why you complain? Isn't it? Even Paris, it's a beautiful city. But I saw some people, they live there 30 years onward, they criticize the French people. They say Paris is very dirty. Why they keep many dogs? That is the matter, isn't it? Even I'm going to tell you the truth. There are few Vietnamese people, they living in India. They got scholarship about 40 years. They got scholarship from India. You know, scholarship, that is the money from the tax of the Indian people. But when over there, every day they open the mouth, they criticize India. The Indian is very funny. He not happy with many people go toilet outside. The toilet outside, that is their matter. Because the people, the poor people, they don't have toilet. They go toilet outside, they also feel happy. Because when they go to the toilet, they can see the sunrise and sunset. You see? And that's a Vietnamese. They finished 2 BSc in India. When they come back to Vietnam, he very proud. He the best one. You see, after the fall of Saigon, he thought he will get good job. He could not get any job. He become the driver, a tuk-tuk driver. 10-year tuk-tuk driver. He speak few languages, cannot do anything. After that, he shipped to Canada, also the same attitude. At last, he died in the homeless. This is a wrong education. But there's a few Vietnamese. They was in USA. They don't have a big certificate, but they can help their children finish their study and get good house. But why the reason why you have 2 BSc and you say a long time in India, you are ungrateful at India, you criticize India, you actually when you do nothing, you become the tuk-tuk driver and go Canada, die in the homeless. What does that mean? It's a wrong education, isn't it? So when I talk, many people not happy. When a certain person, when we go to their home, I see their diploma, they cover from the living room up to their room, up to the kitchen, up to the toilet, also their diploma. But nobody like to meet them. What is that? That's education. It's wrong education. Very luckily, because those people become the leader of the nation, it's very dangerous. Yeah. So now the time limited. I would like to invite Minh Đức Độ, patient from USA. Please share your idea about this topic. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Master. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you. Hello, John. I was a teacher for 30 or so years, a math teacher. I think it's most important to begin with meditation. I would tell my students from the very beginning, the most selfish thing you can do is to love the world that you live in. See the beauty in the miracle that you are. You don't make yourself come alive. You don't make yourself have awareness or hearing or vision. You don't make your heart beat. You don't make yourself breathe. That's a miracle. Love that beautiful thing that you are. Spend loving kindness, caring for the people around you. You'll get an immediate reward if you do something involving loving kindness. So I would begin education with meditation. Have my students be calm with the truth, and just other physical exercise like stretching, cardio, resistance, sports. Children don't come to school because they want to be wise like their teachers. They come to school because they want to play sports, so let them get outside and play. Liberal education is very important. They need to learn language. Part of thinking constructively, thinking critically is logical language. Logic is a language. So, ethics, philosophy, psychology, history, comparative religion, that's all liberal education. But again, kids don't come to school for that. They don't want that junk. They want to come to school for art. They want to do drama. They want to do graphic art. They want to go dancing or sing in the chorus, or they want to play in the band. So again, play is necessary in school. Children learn by playing. But what I did, my entire career was teach math. And for me, that's teaching about the very ground of being itself. That's teaching about God, the revelation of God in nature. The very energy fields in empty space are a revelation of God. We need to look at that stuff in physics. Math is the language of physics. Physics is the background for chemistry, then biology, geology. It's great to study the changes in the universe, how the universe has evolved over time. Changes in the earth, how the earth has changed over time. You study entropy, how reality is kind of winding down. And yet DNA is the very opposite of entropy. It's so obvious to me that the hand of DNA, the hand of God, is busy in DNA. How DNA is the magic of learning how to survive as nature changes around it. Organisms themselves evolve, change, advance, become more complicated. So, there you go. It's about love. It's about reality, looking directly at reality and loving that incredible beauty, thinking constructively and critically about that. And I so totally agree with you, John. In education these days is more about passing the standardized test at the end of the year and in having students at the college level who go on to earn money. That's really about where it is. It's not about seeing nature critically or loving nature. It's got nothing to do with reality, everything to do with the bottom line. That's it. That's all I've got to say. As you can see, I'm not very good at saying what I've got to say.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Person.
Thank you.
You see, now in my life, one of the historical mark in my life, I meet one Vietnamese master, Thầy Hoàng Nhân. In ancient time, during the war, we did not have to sit in school. We follow him. He go in front, we follow him. He taught us very few words, and it changed our life. One of his philosophy, he taught me at least 3 times. He said, "Oh, my son, Whenever you drink a cup of water, a bone of rice, should be gratefulness. Never forget those donors. You see, I heard at least 3 times. I note in my book, I apply. When I left Vietnam, only 1,002 shirts up to now. Whenever I think, I got very happy life. What is education? Why we learn so many things? Even now, I'm telling you, I don't want to cite the name. There are certain people, they write 100 books from the technique, from the different philosophy, everything. But before they die, they do not how to go to the toilet and how to go to Nirvana. They are not happy. How they teach people happiness? That is the problem. Therefore, now you are the professor. I would like you and John and all Thầy Huệ Sơn and all now a friend think seriously about new education, right education. It's very important. Even the monastery. So many, you see so many monks and nuns. But you go to Himalaya, so many Buddhist villages, very poor. That's unacceptable. Why? Why another reason they are rich? Many Buddhist people poor. And they say, poor because last karma, they like this. And even you see, many Buddhists, they say they are Buddhists, but they never seen the Buddha. They never seen the monk. They only see the monk when their family member die. Then, what is the meaning of religion? Religion means lead people go to the happy life, the present and the next life. The present very important. So if we talk education now, you see, so many people, even in Vietnam, the parents, they sell the land, they borrow money from the bank, they send their children go to the foreign study, and after that they go back, they take care of the parent. No, they don't take care of the parent. They sold their property, and then they send their parent to the nursing home. And every month they just telephone, hello, like this. What is, when we say I feel very sad.
Maybe the Himalayan internet has frozen. Thầy Huệ Sơn, good morning.
Yeah.
Maybe it's your turn to talk.
Yeah, good morning, John. Good morning, anybody. Yeah. Maybe tomorrow, today about 4 p.m. I will go to India. Yeah, I will go to India because sometime I meet India and I like today I think this topic very good, huh? You know, my master, he bought the topic 2 and 3 times. Yeah, I think during this week I have the trip to the central the region. I have the very good vacation. Yeah, because any time I come Vietnam, you know, I learn the many things. Especially, I have been in contact and they talk to my family. I have a better understanding of how to education of the children students and disciple, my father, my mother, my sister, my brother in our family. How the indication of the family and is right and what is the wrong. Yeah, big topic. I think that very good for me, especially because I'm monk. I need to understand the right indication. Let me talk with some of the monk in the temple. Yeah. I think that some of the monk and the nun they need understand. They need understand the indication. Yeah. You know, before I talk with all of you about my idea. Yeah. Before I misunderstood about the indication. Very dangerous. Yeah. Because if I don't see my master, you know, I don't know how I am now. Yeah, because although I learn, you know, I learn the indication, the 12 years, and then when I become the monk, you know, I study, I learned in the Buddhist school, maybe the 12 year. Yeah, long time. Because when I came to the India, and then I go to the United States, I had some problem. I can't do that. You know, I feel against I can feel anything. Yeah, because you know basic before I stay with my master, thầy Pháp Hiểu, because he sometimes my master taught me, you know, the very simple thing. For example, he taught me, okay, thầy Huệ Sơn, he you know, he must love your family, your parents, and then you know, because some people before he had you, because now you understand them and you thank them. And then sometimes my master taught me the very simple thing. You know, when I came to America, you know, I have some problem, many problem, you know, because I came anywhere, any temple, I look good the monk, good on the monk. I hope that they can help me. You know, finally, I couldn't do that. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I feel very sad about my life. Yeah, finally, I remember my teacher taught me. So, you know, I did that step by step. I don't worry. You know, before I worry, I worry. I feel that something that fuck me. You know, very trouble. You know, because now I would like to thank my master so much. You know, he very good monk, very good master. You know, because sometimes my master remind me about my master Thầy Hoàng Nghiêm. Yeah, because although I don't know that my grandmaster, grandfather master Thầy Hoàng Nghiêm, but I hear from my master. You know, now anytime I go Vietnam, I will come to the Mysore temple. You know, temple because I grandmaster, my grandmaster. Yeah, you know, if I think that if I see my master now, yeah, if my master don't have the hidden master, I think that we don't have the meeting here. You know, my master give us some the secret, the teaching. You know, I think that my mother taught us not much, not much, only the something very, very simple teaching. You know, I remember the one thing, one the example, because one people he thought, if we came to the sky very, very easy, but we walk in the world very, very difficult. I know, you know, I could understand about the sentence, send the example. Why? Because if we come up the sky, I think that's very, very difficult. Why? Why we come up the sky easy? Now I understand. You know, some people they learn the Kim Kang Sutta and the Sutta very, very difficult to understand, but they like that. You know, because in the for example, because if we walk in the world, you know, in the family, wife and the husband, they fighting together. They can't understand. They can't understand together because some people they help. You know, they think that anything, they think they're right. You know, because finally the family very, very big problem about that because they can't understand together. You know, when I come to my family, because in example, my family, my sister and my brother, something there they can't understand because I ask who right and who wrong. Any people, oh, I'm right. If the you know you right because who wrong? Yeah, because very big problem here. Yeah, my master taught me. Okay, if we leave, we have the connect, and we must have the tank. You know, if we apply the my master secret teaching, I make sure 100% we will the success in the big life. I think that because if, for example, me, if I only apply my master secret teaching, now I have the 2 and 3 temple, big temple, not small temple. I feel very happy. I don't worry anything. I don't worry anything. I never think about money. I never think about anything. The daily I practice the teaching of Buddha. Yeah, I did something because today I would like to share my idea because I would like to share again. I would like to thank my mother so much because he helped me in the good life. Yeah, because I try to practice the teaching Buddha. I practice teaching my direct master because I feel I'm very, very lucky in this life. Because I hope that any monk and the nun, they must, other day, some people, some monk and nun, they learn so much, but they don't practice. They don't practice because, something that if they practice the something, I make sure because Buddhism very, very developed. Yeah, they develop because they feel happy and they can do anything. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Thầy Huệ Sơn. You see, this is the very, very, very important. You see, recently, like the Intra, the young person, he also told me he learned many years in school, but he utilized very little. That is the problem. We learn so many things. We learn history. We learn the geography, and this. I'm telling you, this is a very good example. When I was in Germany, I met one Vietnamese. He studied in Germany more than 32 years. He finished PhD doctorate. He get very good job. When I was there, he very proud. He say, "Oh, master, I stay a long time in Germany. East and West, I know everything. What you want to know, then I tell you." Then I also very quickly, I put him the question. Now I would like to see where is the birthplace of the Karl Marx. Karl Marx is the father of Marxism. He did not know. It's so funny. He's a 3 generations the communist. More than 30 years in Germany. But he did not know where is the Marx was the birthplace of the Marx. Then I told this is funny. I did not follow the Marx, but I visit Marx about 30 years ago in the Trier in the city, the birthplace of the Karl Marx. You see, very interesting. Then after that, he feel very shame. Up to now, he dare not to meet me again. But on the media, he talked too much. He criticized the government like this and that. He comment everything. But he's not happy life. One day I meet him in the Berlin, in the city. He want to meet me. I say, "Sorry, I don't have much time. I know who you are already. So you go and build your empire." You see, this is a wrong education. Even many institutions now that they teach people liar, to be a liar, to cheat the people. And then how can we get peace? How can we get peace? Yeah. So now let us start a little thing. Yeah. You see, for example, now that there's a one Vietnamese, he finished 2 PhD, one of the horrible, one of the highest degree in India. More than 25 years in India. He got scholarship, full scholarship. He get a lot of money. He come back to Vietnam. He did not get a good job and become driver, tuk-tuk driver. In tuk-tuk driver, I think I can learn about 2-3 weeks. I get the license. And the tuk-tuk driver many years, and he criticized the Vietnam like this. Then he went, after that, he get the permission. When he migrated to Canada, then he joined with the movement, fought here and there, talk big work. Whenever he go anywhere, he say he doctor. What doctor? It's what is the doctor? That I think the paper doctor, not the doctor. Yeah. Then when he died already. Now I don't want to see the name, but now still many so-called learned scholar. In Vietnamese we call học giả, but I call not học giả, mean not real scholar. I just joking. I want học thiệt, not học giả. Học thiệt. You see, something I feel is very interesting. And then I do not know that there's a one PhD. He finished study in India. Then I asked him to come. But when I started the project in Lumini, I was busy with my job, my teaching. Then I asked him to supervise. He comes supervise. Whenever he go anywhere, he see here doctor. He built the wall. Only 1 week, the wall fall down. I say, very luckily, if you build the people and the people not so die. Only the wall and one wall, the wall. I lost a lot of money about the wall. Yeah. Yes, it's very funny. Now, let us pray and think. You see, for example, now I think this a little education. I know the power of the nature is very strong, something we cannot. I invite some of my students. They come to Himalaya. I keep in their place. I look in their room 3 days. Then I supply food. After that, they might change. That is a good education. So now, Minh Đức Độ and John and Thầy Quay Sơn, we should invite the leader come here. We keep there in the room the lock, and we supply food.
Yeah, sure. Yes,
the my chat. Okay. Anybody want to join the few minutes? Sharing your idea. It's a very important. Particularly today, I would remind the parent. The parent, please pay attention to education to the children. Don't send your children to the wrong school. Must go to the right school, right teacher. And I repeat again, family education is very important. I'm telling you, if I did not meet Thầy Quang Nhân, my life is finished. It's like another. So please join.
Thank you, Thầy Hassan. Thank you, Thầy. So, you were talking about your educations. I mean, I from a farm boy from Vietnam, I able to go to America and still study. So I do agree. We learn a lot from school. School to teach us, just general education, and then to get money to survive. But the thing, there is a right education is, is give you peace and happiness, because the right philosophy. What you're talking about, because when I go to school, I graduate, I find a good job, but then I feel my life is still missing. There's some missing, I don't feel happy. I don't feel peace, but like when I finally listen to, Thầy Huỳnh Nhiêu talk about, the importance of philosophy, you have to have a right philosophy too, being sincere, respect, gratefulness, honest, humble, good ethics, and helping others. Because education will give you learn how to right and wrong, but then the principle, the philosophy, I think those are important to practice, and then that help you to become peace and happiness. Because I do agree with everything everyone's saying in the call. I mean, I see myself learning a lot, but then I don't feel myself happy and happiness, because there's something is missing. Because education are able to contribute to societies and give back to communities and help other people. So I think those is important. And then right now, I teaching my children too, doing the same thing. The principle that the philosophy very important to instill in a little kid. When I remember when I was growing up, my parents always teach me, make sure to respect other people, be polite every time. That's the main thing. When I was growing up, I still remember to this day, though education at home is very important, and then go to school, learning. But I think to get the right philosophy, I think it's important, apply it as well. Just don't just think about what you learn, but apply it too. So they're saying that better knowledge is apply knowledge and learn from it. So, I mean, that's so far, that's the idea. And thank you, Master Thầy Huỳnh Nhiêu and John and Brad for sharing your idea. I learned a lot. I continue to practice them, apply them to make myself, better, improve every day. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your idea. That is exactly. I'm very happy to hear about from you this one. But now million family, they did not recognize this mistake. You see, like the story, sometimes you say Vietnamese parents, they spend a lot of time, money, they sell property, borrow money from the land, borrow from the bank, and send their study in different country. And at last, they suicide because they treat their parents badly. Gratefulness. What does that mean? High education. And when your parents become old age, you don't take care. You just send to the nursing home and give some chocolate This is a very sorry. So my dream, my wish, if I can find the right person, we should open the proper school, right school, from elementary up to university. But I do not know now. I'm nearly 80 years old already. I don't know now. I wish. But you see, for example, when I started my project, monastery in India and Nepal, I feel very happy. I feel very happy because I make a little contribution. And any Vietnamese come, they stay there a few days, they feel happy. Then I also dare to stop about some bad people not ask me to welcome the tourists. Because if I welcome the tourists, I can get a lot of money. But I don't have the time to practice. I will become the hotel manager. Every day I don't have time to practice the Dharma. Every day only Namo Dollar. How can I get happy life? And then people criticize me because he say, "Oh, master, why our temple so many rooms, but you don't open for the tourists?" No, now in Lumbini or Bodh Gaya, so many hotel. They can go hotel. If they come to monastery, they have to follow the Buddha way. They have to practice. They have much follow the monastery's regulation. Yeah, we need money, but in the right way. I'm very lucky because I follow my master way. Otherwise, I become what is a hotel manager. How can I practice? Even I don't have time to talk with you. Yeah. You see, this is very important. For example, now in the world, now even we talk about the Vietnam War. Even now, many masters of Vietnam, they know that's a biggest mistake. So that's lesson we should teach to different university, to different leaders. The hatred cannot be hypertred by the compassion, by the loving kindness. That is very important. They just spend billion money how to make the train this quicker than another 100 kilometers and how go to the moon. Our Mother Earth is a wonderful earth. They produce food and everything. We do not protect and we destroy the earth. We go to the moon, what for? And we go another planet, what for? You see, this is something wrong. When we open the mouth, we don't talk about the loving kindness. We only talk about the hatred. This is a wrong education, wrong philosophy. Oh, this topic, let's just carry on. Please try. One of my wishes, we should start in a school from elementary. Whenever the people go study about 2-3 months. Now in Vietnam, I also heard some of my students that they studied my Mật Pháp. They say very good. When the children in class 2-3, they go back home, they take care of their parents, they cook food, they plant vegetable, they cook, they take care of their parents. This is, I'm very happy. I wish, if possible, you should start from Vietnam, Thầy Huệ Sơn. And in America, Minh Đức Độ, and John, even you should starting your project in Australia or any country. I will come to work with you. Okay. Okay. Time is finished. Thank you. Have a good Sunday. And then next week, let us hope to meet next week again if there's no earthquake.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you, Master. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. See you next week.
Namaste.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.